What's up? What's up? Back again on a Saturday morning. What's up, y'all? Y'all know how to pull up on a Saturday. What's up, y'all? What it is? We got a little something going on today. Shout out to all the good people that's up. Y'all know how we do. This where the happy people be at. The good people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I ain't talking about no funny business. We up Saturday morning, y'all. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. We might got some laughs today. I didn't laugh all week. When I don't laugh, I get depressed. So let's go. What's up, Tiger? What's up, man? What's up, everybody? Shout out to everybody that got a membership, everybody that's a moderator, everybody that's subscribed, tapped in, hit like buttons, comment section, participate in the chat, Cash App, Super Chat, memberships. Everything is welcome. Everything is appreciated. So I must do my job and entertain. It's just entertainment, and that's all we got left. So y'all need to start appreciating this content. That's all we got left, y'all. After this, it will be no more. So let's go. The AI takeover is for real. The crash out is for real. So that's why I got to talk about Snoop Dogg, because all I know is everybody's online. A lot of people been paying attention to a lot of things. People that sit in high places even listen now. But we're not talking about that. I'm going to get to show y'all today. When I tell y'all it always been different levels in this entertainment thing. And I always told you Snoop Dogg always was a superstar, and he stayed a superstar. Then I told you it's a difference once everybody started playing online and they wasn't focused on their business. And I always tell y'all Snoop Dogg is the example how you supposed to age as a rapper in this game. He shows you his diversity. Snoop Dogg understands his fans come from everybody. He understands when he blew up off hip-hop rap, all people were rap fans, all races. Snoop Dogg ain't forget that. My point is this. I'll tell y'all. See, while everybody been playing around, see, let me make it clear. See, while New York City been playing around online, rap game, hip-hop from New York, they play online doing interviews, trolling, dissing each other, still looking like gumps and big-ass kids. You're going to see Snoop Dogg got that buyout. He got to, look, the same exact formula as Straight Outta Compton, NWA. Snoop Dogg about to do his own movie just like that. He about to tell his own story. So like I said, Snoop Dogg is wise enough to know you tell your own story before everybody else tell it. Plus, he know he has a legacy that people nowadays don't know about. So I'm going to show you how Snoop Dogg is smart to put his own. It's going to be in theaters. No janky underground Netflix shit, straight in theaters. Meaning he's finally going to cash out and tell his own story. Meaning you're going to see now, Snoop Dogg didn't play around, interview here, interview there. He keep talking about this. He did little stuff, but you're going to see he wasn't playing around. Meaning he made sure he saved it for his blockbuster money cash out. The Snoop story. Because the movie going to be called Snoop. And you know it's going to be controversial. You know it's going to be, but I want y'all to see how this what I was telling you, your boy Hov was supposed to been do that. See, if your boy Hov would have been did his movie, everything would have been silenced. See, but I told you, somebody want to spend time and money paying for media, controlling narratives, controlling interviews, swaying opinions, ducking interviews, ducking this, ducking that. Y'all flooded with childish, old-ass shit. Meanwhile, Snoop Dogg, he going to show you what grown men do. He going to tell his own story. After he sat back and watched wisely how the whole Diddy thing played out, Snoop Dogg just finished doing the Olympics. He's worldwide. So after he goes worldwide, he's legit and clean, still working on The Voice, he's going to drop his movie. See that? Snoop Dogg is dictating his own career. I told you, at the end of the day, when you understand what happened, I told y'all the West Coast was the most smartest in entertainment, period. That's why you even, to this day, you will know that Bad Boy was influenced by Death Row, because the truth is, LA knew the entertainment side the best. That's why when they started making videos, when they got in the game, that shit went to another level. It's just the truth. Then in the end, you'll see it. Dr. Dre, what he did, Snoop, what he did. The point is that at the end of the day, the West Coast was the smartest businessmen, and they were the best entertainers. Everybody on the East Coast was trying to always prove how hard they are, how deep their clique is, how many guns they got, how many shooters on their team. And they just kept wanting to prove everything else. But you see now, they was the weakest in business when I told you the New York rappers are the brokest. Because even if we go to Death Row, we go to Dash still straight. My point is, the New York rappers are the brokest. They the ones that still have to work because they don't got them platinum hits. They don't get that big publishing. So I'm trying to tell you how it all played out in the end. That's why all the New York rappers, if they had to put their own movie out, they couldn't even afford it. They couldn't even do it. Well, nobody gonna want to do it for it. You got it? So the only one qualified to put a movie out was Hov. That's what he should have did. Because we in the era now of you don't gotta talk. All you gotta do is drop your bio and it'll kill everything in one conversation. Anybody got any questions about you, how you came in the game, whatever it is, I'm just saying. That's where we at now. I'm just making it clear. We're gonna get into it. All right, so like I said, ain't no entertainment left. It's nothing but the people you don't like. Remember, everybody don't like Snoop. So somehow he's left. Let me show you another joke. You said everybody was rapping and raving about Ice. What's on that man police jacket? What does it say? Ice is nothing but the police. I told y'all that. So when I told you Ice coming for all the legals, they go on the jacket. Ice. Y'all was getting trolled again, man. So it says right there, Ice. That's not Ice. All of a sudden, that's police. But when the jacket opened up, one side say Ice. So my point is, I told you they coming for all the legals. Don't matter what their jackets say on it. But that's a joke. See Icespice standing in front of Ice? All right. Or the police. Anyway, let's go. Now, a lot of things we get to see. How they were doing a lot of talking online. The beefing, the shenanigans. That was for clout. People always want to rep New York City. They want to rep the Bronx. Even they want to rep New York City, period. But they don't tell you when they're in New York City, they be with them hip-hop police. See the hip-hop police? That's hip-hop police officer right there. Wherever hip-hop at, he going to be right there. That's what hip-hop is. And you follow hip-hop, there's only two things going to happen to you. Either you're going to turn into a cop or you're going to jail. One of the two. So my point is this. Icespice, I saw her beefing online, talking a lot of junk in the past. But when I saw her in LA, she looks to me like a woman that cannot fight. And I'm going to say, whatever she was rapping in New York, she didn't look like it. And I'm going to say, hey, whatever, I think she claimed the Bronx. No, how she was looking in that McDonald's, there was no Bronx in her at all. Because nobody from the Bronx would even let nobody talk to them like that. I know what's up. The woman up there, they going to rumble. So let's go. So let's go. Let's just get into it, y'all. Let's get into it. Yeah, the truth is coming out. So anyway, it's mighty funny because I already had assumed she was blackballed because I saw people talking about Icespice, this and that. I also knew Icespice was down with. I also know her people was connected with Hot 97. So like I said, I understand how these past artists made it, got their little name. They got their name from their backing and social media hype. That's it. Now when it's time for them to do them, it's problems. First of all, what the hell she doing eating McDonald's? But anyway, let's leave that alone. So anyway, long story short, y'all. This girl comes in there, this woman coming there, talking to them. But I think what I saw is she was trying to be cool on some regular shit, just sit down with them. And it looked to me like Icespice was trying to be bougie and trying to disrespect her like she was a nobody or like she was some clown trying to sit down with them. And that girl got offended. So according to this video, the girl standing up was looking like she was from the Bronx, but she was from LA. And I think that girl was G-checking her on some, where you from? Long story short, all I know is I see her smack the crap out of her. You know what I'm saying? See, that's my point right here. If Icespice was from the Bronx, she would have already been standing up already. She would already been from behind that table. So the fact she letting another woman hover over her, well, I know that means scared. That means coward. That means you're not ready. Because you see her right here getting punked. What you talk about? What do you mean? You see it right here. So anybody knows, or if you don't know, learn right now. Once somebody hovers over you like that, and you've been running your mouth, it's coming. It's coming. You should have been ready. You should have been standing up, posted up. No, she didn't expect that. From what I see in the video, she thought she was going to talk to any kind of way. She was she was fanning her off like a fly, like what? Like get up out of here. But she wasn't ready to rumble, y'all. You know, no violence can be promoted. All you got to do is you see Ice Spice, you see a blurry vision of Ice Spice, orange hair, pressed up on the wall, jacked up in the corner. All right, which means she was not ready at all. It also means this woman could have beat the crap out of her if she wanted to. All right, so this is also an old cliche of writing checks your ass cannot cash. So you will see she's jacked up in the corner like a youngster. She jacked up in the corner like she was her mom, y'all. So she wasn't ready, man. So she acted like she was trying to fight back. Then I peeped something else out, and I didn't notice this. That BBL. So now I gotta assume women with BBLs can't fight. Because remember this, y'all, it's a lot of weight on their backside. Now you might have been a woman that could fight, but you never had to fight with a BBL. So it's a little more weight on that backside. Plus, I think women with BBL, if you get knocked on your ass, it might be harder to get up. And therefore, it's easy for you to get stomped out and the girl to jump on you. But I'm going to say this. It looked like she couldn't fight at all. And it looked like her ass was giving her a hard time because she got a BBL and shit. All you got to know is that girl jacked her ass up and she jumped on that table for survival. All right, Ice Spice, what are you doing jumping on tables? You was not trying to fight. She was trying to stop the blows, y'all. She jumped on that table so quick. Now, let me slow down. No women fight different from men. But if a woman is getting beat up and she jumps on the table, does that mean she won't smoke? Or now I can see if she was going to do a kick her in the goddamn face, but she was trying to avoid those blows, y'all. And I don't even know how she did that shit. I don't know if she beat her in the air. All I know is, man, she was on that table, and I don't even know how she did it. So long story short, you see she's getting handled, and she was scared. Now, this the other thing. That girl sitting down didn't even try to help her at all. You know what I'm saying? So I was tripping off that. Like, yo, that girl didn't even try to help her at all. But I think that was her friend, too. She didn't want her to do it. So there you see Ice Spice right there. Looked like they was trying to be low-key. But she was getting beat up on, y'all. And that girl right there, she didn't even help her at all. She didn't even try to break it up. She was like, I don't have nothing to do with it. So long story short, let's look at this. So you see right here, she's scared. But before that, she was very bold. She was fanning her off. All the girl did was come and sit down at first. You know what I'm saying? And when she came to sit down, I think she had a problem with that. All she was trying to do was sit down and chill with them. And she disrespected her, y'all. So anyway, long story short, let's move it up. You see her on the table fighting. What the hell is that about? She didn't want to get beat up, man. She didn't want to get beat up. But that girl was not going to stop. So there you have it, y'all. They talk a lot online, but when it comes to throw them hands, no hands. No hands at all. So there you have it, man. So we even spoke about that, how in these last days, a lot of them going to have to duck and dodge. That was going to happen. So you see it. It looked like she was trying to be low-key. Now, this the funny thing for people that's tapped in. This the funny shit. Now, y'all know I was just talking about Cursed in the City. Who's on the cover? Ice Spice. Out of all the women. Now, she from New York, but to prove she cursed in the city, she tried to go to Los Angeles, and she still got beat up. All right, so you from New York, you don't get beat up, but you go to another city and get beat up. All right, so that's just showing you no matter where you go, there's nowhere to run. All right, y'all gonna get what's coming to y'all one way or another. Whoever you are, goddammit. You know what I'm saying? So you see it. No, it's going to end bad for all of them. Don't just look at Ice Spice. You put it together. You see Gucci Mane getting jacked up, allegedly. Now you see Ice Spice getting hands put on her. Just understand, this might be a pattern. All right? Offset gets shot. This might be a pattern. Who knows? Because people going to start imploding. And the rappers already know, don't wear no jewelry. You see how Ice Spice dressed. So you already know she had on some jewelry, what would have happened to her. So they already know. See, they gonna be the prey now. And she getting beat up in the corner like she in high school, y'all. So I already know she can't fight. Her mouth was big, but she was not ready. Because all y'all know, once somebody starts standing up over you, that's a fight right there. You supposed to get up. She was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? She thought it was just gonna be, she got scared, y'all. So y'all watch the video to see it for yourself. Watch the video. All right, just watch it for yourself. Let's go. Here go y'all Uncle Snoop. Snoop Dogg. A lot of y'all don't try to lie. You know damn well if you smoke weed, you love Snoop. So don't even try to lie. And when you was young, you always looked up to Snoop smoking them blunts. So don't even lie. Then in America, there was a time when everybody was gangbanging across the map. And I know for a fact, every fool that thought he was a Crip looked up to Snoop. A lot of them thought Snoop was their OG. And it's the truth. And every Crip I knew would smoke weed and blast Snoop. So he is y'all uncle. But just the whole thing. Snoop, he about to put out his own movie, man. So I was telling you, right? Everybody else going to play online. They're going to keep doing all these interview clips. I was trying to tell you, see, what happened is East Coast hip hop and rap, they compromised themselves because their whole life, all they did was chase money and chase opportunities and fame. And none of them really perfected their craft and looked at the future and understood it. That's why when you look at the East Coast to the West Coast, you will see the West Coast maintain their composure the most. They were the most successful. I'm talking about you got to go to Too Short, Ice Cube, E40. You got to go down a big list, Ice-T. No, in the end, they grew up maturely. They all showed you advancement from Law and Order to just diversity as they got older. They all showed you they understood entertainment. And I all understood when I studied the game that they learned a certain way. All of them learned from the same people, but they all learned the game. So when Snoop didn't want no beef, it was for a lot of reasons, y'all. He understood his legacy. He understood his fan base. That was part of it. Because now you're going to see why nobody else didn't transition like Snoop. When I said shit like Snoop don't play online, he never did. He understood about brand. So you look at all these other rappers that came out, all these entertainers, where they buy up at. Being that it's time to drop it now. Now's the time. Now's the time. The game is dead. Meaning they're supposed to be telling their own story. They're supposed to be having investments into their life, which would have made them money now, where they wouldn't have to keep and laughing and joking online and creating controversy and slander and all this nonsense, this lame shit. You see? So I want y'all to see how the East Coast story won't even be told. Because I told you, if Diddy don't do nothing, the Biggie movie, ain't nothing gonna get done. Can you see that now? Then I tell you how Diddy was the father of the whole East Coast. Because if Diddy not home to do nothing, it's not gonna get done. Or if 50 don't do it, you got it now? Which means everybody was just playing their role as the flunkies they are to this day. So I'm gonna keep saying that when I say it's a reason why Snoop, Dr. Dre never played around. And they always understood, yeah, that rap shit was for back in the day. I still entertain my rap fans now, but I do other shit. Martha Stewart, whatever, Olympics. I don't got to do all that goofy ass shit. I'm gonna stay Snoop Dogg. Bingo. What did Snoop Dogg just do this? Did he not just do a Netflix special? Which means what? He's still getting paid as a rapper as well. All right. So he is an entertainer that showed them how to really be an entertainer. Yeah, I started out with that gangster shit, but I'm an entertainer, fool. Y'all always try to prove how real y'all are. Y'all the ones always, so I'm saying? That's why you'll see the West Coast artists, they wasn't getting all that gun drama and trouble like the stupid ass New York. It's the reason it's playing out now, y'all. It's all playing out. That's why they all had to start podcasts. When most of these rappers you looking at done blew up way after Snoop. This man blew up back in 92, 91, 93. How the hell he outlasts everybody? No, he was just smarter. That's all it is. He was just smarter. It's just simple. Because he about to do his own straight out of Compton, y'all. Yeah, I think when Snoop Dogg heard about how Gucci Mane got beat up in the studio like Eazy-E, I think that inspired Snoop to make his own doc. Yeah. So Snoop gonna tell his own story. Meaning he cashing out for real. All right. And we're gonna look at who Snoop gonna have playing him. Snoop Dogg announces biopic Snoop. It's gonna be called Snoop. It's set to hit theaters 2027. So it's gonna hit movie theaters. So now you gotta look at by him doing Olympics, he just got in. He always rebrands every year, y'all. See, that's another thing with Snoop. He reintroduces himself to a new fan base every year. I watched him doing it in the Olympics. He hanging with the ice skaters. But see, he is the only rapper. People know his name from senior citizens to teenagers. You see what I'm saying? So that's just what it is. That's his advantage because of his branding. So the main thing you got to look at, I want y'all to get how Snoop Dogg didn't buy no media companies to worry about y'all how y'all view life. And, you know, he didn't hire a lot of people to say Snoop all day and Snoop. Snoop just do him. My point is, Snoop gonna tell his own story. See, a lot of your rappers, they don't want their story told. A lot of rappers that you love, they don't really do interviews unless they're controlled. But you're gonna see how Snoop just been in the cut. He watched all this Diddy shit play out, this pop stuff. And now what? Look at the timing. He's like, I'm gonna tell my own story. That's it. And it's gonna be controversial, you know that, but it's gonna be in theaters, not Netflix. So I want y'all to see every other rapper was just like Snoop. But he was an entertainer. So there you got it. So when I tell you, in my opinion, a lot of them just slow now, they just slow. To me, a lot of them just idiots. Working for checks, doing anything for clicks. When I told you their career is going to die here. After Snoop do this movie, just going to keep him a household name even more. But the funny shit is, I know Snoop going to piss a lot of people off with this story. Snoop, I just got one question. Are you going to put the scene of you on the airplane with the butter knife and the fork when you thought Tupac was going to do something? That's all I want to. When you told that story about you put that jacket over your head, all I asked, can you please put that part in the movie? Please. That's all I want to see. That's the main part I want to see. All right, because Snoop, nobody know your story, man. We heard everybody has something to say, but we want to see that part. What happened? I put it like this. We want to see when you and Pop fell out in that shit. And I think Snoop going to put it in there. And all I want to see is that part where Snoop said he put the jacket over his head. He was holding on to a butter knife and a plastic fork. He was ready. That's all I want to see. If that shit in there, man, let's go, man. So, know what's funny, though? Snoop gonna piss a lot of people off. You know why? Because he got the last laugh, y'all. He's the one to tell the story in the end. You feel me? Meaning everybody was talking, but he gonna get to tell his story now. See, that's what's gonna be funny about this. So I know people gonna be pissed off. It's gonna be funny. So let's go, y'all, because this shit gonna be a movie theater, just like the Tupac movie, just like NWA Straight Outta Compton. All right? So now you know he gonna put this in there too. People forget Snoop had a long road. And another thing is the new generation they didn't see all this. There's a lot of stuff the new generation don't know about Snoop. Y'all forget that. This man has went 3 decades. He represents the era. So when we say the end of an era, Snoop is he's the last one of the last standing. Him and Dre. It's the truth. Everybody else went out bad. One way or another. He did it right. Stayed with his original wife. Stayed on some family shit. He been rebranded. Coach Snoop. Where you think Coach Prime come from? I come from Coach Snoop. So people forget he did a whole lot to rebrand a long time ago. That's why I was telling you, everybody try to come online with all these new narratives and this new shit. Meaning, everybody try to come online being podcasters and content creators, telling all these old stories. But what they not telling you is, throughout the years, y'all wasn't doing shit anyway. Y'all wasn't transitioning. When I watch every year, he did something new every year. Every fucking year. Because I understood. Snoop understands my name. He understood how to pimp his own name, his own brand. Legacy. This man was playing for generational wealth. They were still chasing checks. So, a lot of people didn't see this part of the movie. But if you didn't see it, well, you know Snoop was scared to death when he beat that case. And also, you know he had Johnny Cochran. Snoop was scared as hell in that courtroom. Well, people remember this shit was like a movie, man. It was blockbuster movies on regular TV back then, man. No such thing as have to pay for that shit. Y'all know that. It was no such thing as somebody streaming it on YouTube or, you know, people recording the TV, playing the shit back. No, that shit was live TV. Every day, goddammit. So y'all see, right? Snoop Dogg, when I saw this, I was like, yup, Snoop Dogg gonna tell his own story. He said, fuck that. Fuck that. I made it through all these years. I'm about to tell my own story, man. You don't know what I've been through. There you have it, man. Snoop Dogg was scared as hell of that court, dog. But that's when he beat it. So I know a lot of people from California gonna be mad at Snoop, but the truth is, y'all, Snoop was playing chess. He outsmarted everybody. He know when to pop, he knew when to come out, when to lay low. He knew when to switch his brand. So you gotta remember, everybody forget like Snoop was the man before this guy named Puffy and Jay-Z. Especially Jay-Z. So we spoke about shit like a lot of y'all, Hov was y'all favorite, but superstar-wise, him and Snoop was like on the same level. But the only difference, Snoop got the edge is everybody loves Snoop. And all the weed smokers love Snoop. And Snoop always been loved by everybody around the world, all races, all colors, all everything, because it always been like that. But Snoop just laid low. He plays low key. Reason why I say that, because people forgot what a superstar is. Snoop Dogg still kept his superstar status. Out of all the damn rappers, damn it. Like I said, him and 50, on some real talk, it's just him and 50. So people can play around online all day, but the truth is, only him and 50 Cent kept their same like superstar status as far as out of rap. If everything rap was just disappear today, Snoop and 50 would still be all right. That's how real it is. I'm talking about far as when we talking about 20 to 30 years, which is a long time in any career to still be relevant. But they did it. So let's go. So I also spoke about how they had to go back to entertaining anyway. So Snoop already had to perform on Netflix. But Snoop done, y'all forget he done already turned into a Rasta man. So all I was telling the family, if you have dreads, bro, you must be a Rasta now. The only difference between, see, dreads are determined like this. Rasta man, good guy. No Rasta, criminal. And don't forget, all you have to do, bro, is make sure you have them covered. And if the police ever mess with you, all you have to do is say, Lord have mercy, and they'll leave you alone. So that's all you have to do, bro. Start studying and become a Rasta, learn your roots. All right? You don't know nothing else, learn your roots. But y'all forget, Snoop Dogg turned into a Rasta man. So I tell you, every year, Snoop Dogg, I watched this man do something else, but he was reinventing himself. One year, he turned into a preacher. I mean, he was a Kirk Frank. He dropped the gospel album. Y'all know that. So every year, Snoop did something. And that's when I said, nah, Snoop just an entertainer, man. This man brought out his own cereal, even though I never saw nobody with it. But, bro, Snoop Dogg turned into a Rasta, man. Y'all forgot he was Snoop Lion? All right, there you have it. So educate the young men on what it is to be a Rasta, man. They already smoke weed. They already got dreads. But they must learn about the culture. Get them out of the culture of hip-hop and teach them the culture of the Rasta. All right? And they'll be better off. All right. So Snoop Dogg was trying to educate y'all. Y'all wasn't listening. He was trying to show y'all, bro, I changed my ways. I'm not cripping no more. I'm a Rasta. He been trying to show y'all, but y'all didn't want to listen. Y'all kept trying to put Snoop in this gangster shit. Meanwhile, he been show y'all, I be chilling. I'm Snoop Lion. I just want to chill and smoke. Y'all want to keep putting me with Death Row. Y'all want to keep making me tell these pop stories. Y'all wouldn't let Snoop be a Rasta, man. So let's go. But no, this was called every year Snoop got away from rap, man. Meaning he knew to do other shit. That's why he got a long legacy. So now we're going to take a look at the man that's going to play Snoop Dogg. The star by the name of Jonathan Davis in the lead role portraying the West Coast legend. So Snoop Dogg already got the whole shit planned out. It's going to be in movies. He already got the guys who are going to play him. Let's take a look. His name is Jonathan Davis. Many of y'all probably know him. He's 26 years old. As you see, he's new talent. So as you see right here, check it out. The legendary rapper revealed the news during CinemaCon in Las Vegas, where he told attendees, after my brothers told their story in Straight Outta Compton, it's my turn. The upcoming film titled Snoop is going to be hitting theaters, y'all, in 2027. So this is the guy that's going to be playing Snoop. So you can see him playing the part. He's going to be playing Snoop. So it's already a go, y'all. It's already a go. So this is what I was telling you. This what your boy Hov was supposed to do. See, your boy Hov supposed to been did his own doc. See, this is what I was telling y'all all from day one. When the Diddler first got in trouble and all that drama started happening, every rapper that was smart was supposed to start putting their legacy together to separate their legacy from all that shit. Meaning, I'm Snoop Dogg. Yeah, I'm tired with that Death Row legacy, but I got other shit. And plus, see now, you see how this all over? Now I can tell my story my way. Get it? It's called controlling your legacy, y'all. So other rappers didn't do that. This was entertainers, period. I don't give a damn if they're actor. Terrence Howard. They was all supposed to be putting out their biopics. They were supposed to be putting out real projects, y'all, straight up. All that little interview shit playing on platforms, biting their tongue, tap dancing. I knew in the end that was going to go against them. Why? Because soon it was going to be a time nobody want to hear that story. Also, I knew what? I've been telling y'all online this shit playing out. Meaning it's not first class. So I already know anybody doing anything on one of those applications will be first class. That's what y'all didn't comprehend when 50 did the Diddy doc. That Netflix dropping was bigger than what people think because they still don't comprehend Netflix is around the world. So they understood. People like Snoop, when I tell my story, it's going to be worldwide. I'm not going to just be on no goddamn interview. I'm not going to just be giving little clips to this guy and my stories all over the place. Meanwhile, they playing with my fucking legacy for clicks. No. After I drop the movie, then I'm going to fuel them after I do the movie and get paid, cash out, and tell my story to get him something to talk about. But he's going to control it in the end. So I'm just showing you. I think even 50 got paid for one too. 50 going to be doing a buyout too. Yup, the whole story from front to back. So I told you, that's what y'all boy Hov was supposed to do. Soon as your boy Hov, they was trying to throw dirt on his name, instead of all this other shit, concerts and, all this other shit, he should have just started working on his ultimate project, the story of Hov. See? This is what I've been saying. But now, right? Nobody know what shit going at. But Snoop is getting out the way. He's already out the way. Because now you're going to see the whole purpose the wise men understood of controlling their legacy. That's him and Dr. Dre. No matter what happened, you're going to see this one pattern. Him and Dre control their legacy. Remember? Even when Dr. Dre had to walk away, right? What'd he do? He cut his losses. But he still showed, they both two showed you, even when he had to leave. He went to Master P. Them left Matt. They showed you. They controlled both of their careers. And they showed you how entertainers move. So everything else is excuse. When you hear people talking about, oh, they robbed me, I got jerked. But what happened when Dr. Dre left Death Row? Didn't he get jerked? Did he cry about it? Nope. Told you that's the recipe for bitches. I got robbed. They took my money. No, they showed you. They all took losses. Snoop Dogg didn't get paid a lot of money with Master P. Look, he took his L's. That's the game, y'all. You gonna get taxed, and then once you pay your dues, that's why it's called that. Now you can tax people. That's the game. So you're gonna see Snoop and Dre made it through 3 goddamn decades, which proved they were the smartest entertainers, whether we like them or not. Also, everybody wanted to follow Death Row and be like Death Row, meaning they didn't really study their blueprints of success. You see it now. Now I get to troll a lot of y'all fake ass hip hoppers. This is part of why I came live today. Period. Everybody around the world. Today is National Record Store Day. The question is, did you know that? Another question is, how many of y'all knew that records never played out? And what if I told you that all those hip-hop classic albums are now worth money? Because the real culture of hip-hop was the music, not the lifestyle. These are the things I've been telling you. Hip hop is a culture of music, listening to music, talking about music, enjoying the music. But that hip hop culture, rap culture is something else. Get it? A lot of y'all didn't get it. So I'm going to tell y'all, you have been caught up in the biggest prank of your life. See, this was a trick. You going to love all that gangster shit? Y'all going to love firearms? Y'all going to love jail? Y'all going to love everything opposite than the damn music? And in the end, you ain't going to have shit. Meanwhile, everybody around the world has been preserving your culture. And now that it's worth a lot of money, you ain't got access to it and you cannot afford it. Now, let me show you the biggest prank that ever played that I already knew about. All right. Today is National Record Store Day. So guess what, guys? Being that you were tricked to think that everything was old because of your phone, you were tricked. Everything is old. That's old. That's old. That's old. That's old. That's old. That's old. Meanwhile, other people were still raising their kids on this stuff. Other people were treating this all as vintage. They was preserving it. Yeah, kind of the same way your artifacts of Egypt got preserved. Same way artifacts of Greece and Rome get preserved. This culture has been preserved. But just know, today is National Record Store Day. Now, a while ago, I told people, I said, guys, everything's coming back. I said everything was a game. So I'm going to tell you what the biggest game was. This whole thing online, the past 10 to 15 years, Generation Z, for me doing my studies, all this shit was to see the outcome of raising a generation on everything digital and nothing physical. And that's all it was. One day I'll go into it again. When I broke it down and understood, because last week when they say what? Gen Z never been to a house party. Damn. Then I started thinking, damn, Gen Z never even touched the record. They never touched the tape. They never touched the CD, which means they never really played music for real. Because streaming is just digital, y'all. That shit is just air. It's not physical. So that's why it's not in their soul like that. They don't understand the science of the needle in the record. It's a science behind all of that. That's why music hit different. It came out of speakers different. It play at different megahertz. No, when you listen to record, that's physically listening to music, which is a real vibe. Anything digital is a hologram. So my point is, they wasn't even, see, when they have all these rap debates and hip-hop debates, like I say, I was laughing because I'm like, yo, ain't none of music, ain't none of hip-hop, none of nothing. Their whole concept of music is recording on digital shit. Family, they not raised playing no goddamn beat machine, keyboards, drum pads. They were playing music virtually. When they told you the rappers don't even rap together in the studio no more, which really means they was making fake music. Meaning it wasn't real. Because back then, if they made music, it was a real vibe. They smoking together. They in the vibe, they in the booth. It was real music, y'all. So this era, they had them on some make-believe shit. You record from your house, I record from mine. We do that shit digitally. Let's give it out to the world. It's music, but the reality is they never experienced real hip-hop rap music. Music, period. All real music has to be recorded the same process. And if that's why now I want y'all to pause for a minute and think like this, how real it is. See? Now you think of every streaming rapper that came out. You think of every online celebrity. According to the record, they didn't even exist. When the records get back booming, all that streaming shit never even happens. It will be no physical proof. Got it? When they were tricked to think, no, this shit never left. Other people were studying this shit and learning it, preserving it. So guess what? The new generation, some Generation Z, they getting back in the records, collecting records, and understanding the vibe of playing a record player, chilling out, as everybody else did. When they understood that the record was the entertainment and the vibe. That's where the cover come from. You know, all these different things before you have social media. So my point is, the new generation, I told you, our parents are teaching their kids everything normal. They already know the tech shit. They getting them back into everything physical that we did. And I told you it was a trick for you to think it's all old. Meanwhile, they getting their kids back into the basic shit of listening to music at home, That's what this is. It's part of a thing of back to the home. And I told you that's what it's at. Playing music in the house. They putting landlines back in the house. They promote for their kids. Be on your computer. They buying them computers, laptops. This is how you're going to be on social media in the house from now on. When you go outside, you just need your phone. You don't need nothing for social media. It's back to that. So I told you, they was one group of kids was going to be one way. Now everybody flipped back. Now, I already did a 3-part series on how everybody got rich off hip-hop. And Dr. Dre was what I already spoke about Dr. Dre, how he transitioned into the headphones. But the main thing I showed y'all in these episodes, how everything is worth money now. Those turntables that, the DJs used to have, the Technique turntables, I tell you what, them turntables over $2,000 now. Hey, the average guy, if you wanted to cut on a Gemini, on a Technique turntable right now, you couldn't even afford it. And you got to buy 2 pair. Those same turntables that were $500 to $1,000, shit like that, $2,500, $3,000, $4,000. Hip-hop costs money now, y'all. If you want to get your children into making music, it's going to cost you some thousands. So I wanted to show you, today is National Record Store Day. And all you got to think is, how the hell is it National Record Store Day? Ain't no record stores. And you just say to yourself, no, it ain't none of your neighborhood. When I tell you it's a lot of secrets of America, shh. So all the kids, they've been getting back into all the music, rock and roll, going into their roots and history. So this is how it's set up. The new generation is going to be going back into all our history. You see how they got them on the 90s? Now I'm going to tell you the other gimmick, this other thing. Hip-hop going back to physical because they're going to be buying the music. The reason why everything going back physical, remember I told you the end of crime, which means what? CDs, tapes, and records can be back in stores, no stealing. Being that crime is gone, they know there's no such thing as thugs and criminals coming to record stores to buy CDs. They making it how we grew up. What are they doing? They're getting kids back to the mall, and they were showing the kids going record shopping. They got bags, putting records in there. So I know what they're doing, how we was raised. They're promoting the kids. Yo, on Saturday, y'all go record shopping. They're going to be doing stuff. So I'm showing you how they flipped the script, and now they're getting all the new generation of all the stuff we grew up doing. Back outside, having fun, doing everything, skateboarding, the same shit. But I wanted you to see, they're already collecting records, and all your favorite music, hip-hop, R&B, it's worth money now. And they also know for us, you're going to be thirsty for music, and when they start re-releasing these records and CDs, you're going to buy that shit again. So it's all part of it. It's all part of it. They re-releasing everything. Now I want to show you this. You got hip-hop music. You got hip-hop culture. The music is just the music. The culture is the following, all the other stuff. So I want you to see this. This is hip-hop culture now. Lil Beezy is next up. Brooklyn's young star. See this young rapper? All right. This is what hip-hop is now. Now you see why they keep promoting Northwest? Okay. That's what hip-hop is now. I told you what hip-hop is now. There you have it. Other than that, music is music. I'm just showing you. You see this AI stuff? I told you. This is the stuff they're exploiting on their family. Once they started posting them online, now you're going to see all these other platforms posting and trying to make money off their youngsters. See it? So I told y'all, it's a thin line online now, y'all. That's an AI video of you know what I'm saying? That's AI. That's an AI clip. I wanted to show y'all how they're being all right for views and clicks. So all you got to know, y'all, and I'm showing you the pattern. See the young rappers? So everybody older, you're getting a warning. Look at it like this. I'm going to show y'all the dysfunction of our brain, y'all. Because I'm going to show you this shit people don't want to grow up. You might be looking at it like, yo, why are these young rappers coming out? And you're not looking at it like, yo, maybe I'm too old to be around this shit. See that? Meanwhile, you're getting hints and clues. Lil Beezy, next up in New York. Young Northwest. You see Blue Ivy coming out. Meaning they really telling you, hey, this for youngsters now. Hey, this for youngsters. They telling y'all. You see, I get it. I get it clear. That's what all this is about. Even though in 2 days, ain't nobody going to comment or like it because, like I said, it's for young people. I'm telling you, your timeline gonna get younger and younger and younger. And you're gonna be an idiot commenting and saying shit, your grown ass. I told you it's all the setup. They're telling us all, get your grown ass off these. You get it? Meaning they just let you know, y'all. It's for young people now. Now look at how when we grew up. Wasn't it for young people? All right. It's back for young people. That's all I want y'all to get. That's your last warning. Now let me show you this. This shit is hilarious, y'all. I don't know if y'all saw this. Family, it is said this woman was wanted by America's Most Wanted. It is said she was wanted for $1 million. But this the thing. They said she was on the most wanted list. Thank you very much, Black and Free Thinker. What up, bro? This the funny thing with this. It is said she was wanted for a minute. And they said as soon as they posted that it's $1 million reward for anybody that give her up, soon as they offered that $1 million, they said that woman was locked up so fast. Meanwhile, she was on the run for a minute, and I think she had something to do with an officer dying. Yeah, an officer being unalive. And she was on the run. But as soon as they post that $1 million, y'all, she was caught so quick. Wow. So you know her friends and all of them told on her real quick. Yeah. They say as soon as they posted that $1 million reward, she was gone. And she was running for a minute. You see that picture right there, right? She was running for a minute. So I told you that's the time we at right now. You might get turned in for anything. Yeah, her own people turned her in that quick. So let's move on. I don't know if y'all heard anything about this, but they say yesterday the word was the second Michigan dam reaches within 1 foot of failure point. So that was yesterday. I don't know if it fell overnight, but it was already said between the wicked tornadoes coming to the West Coast, to the Midwest, this is Michigan right here. So as you see, they already got smacked up. Just showing y'all some of the thing that's going on, man. People better appreciate what they got. Also right here, right? This is just real talk. We've been speaking about this. America's next property boom revealed. Beautiful waterfront towns where prices will skyrocket. So you see how we was talking about certain things with this property? Now, for those who don't know, this is allegedly the cheapest and best time to lock in with certain property. They also telling people within this article, these are going to be some of the last days where you will be able to afford beach property. And what else are they saying in here? What I said yesterday with Lizzo. They said that people are getting smart, and just because they want a beachfront, they're not pressed to just have it in Los Angeles or Florida or just New York. You see what I'm saying? Florida. They saying people that want beachfronts, they just not gonna settle or just say I'm gonna get it in Florida. All right, they know it's beaches everywhere. So why I'm gonna say in Florida, Miami, or whatever, spend all this money for a beachfront when I can get the same thing for cheaper? So it's places in America right now you can get beachfront property for $300,000. See that? $300,000. Facts. You just got to find a beach property. That's how the world is now. When we was talking about all these things about cities and towns, how everything is mixed up, how you could be in a city paying all this money for nothing. You could be in a town struggling, whatever it is, but it's set up a certain way where you got to find. Because now you pay for cities, names, you paying for zones, you paying for a lot of shit. Security. So you paying $800,000 in one spot, but that same house somewhere else only $300,000. That's where we at now. That's also the have and the have-nots. But the truth is, it's being said that this is some of the last times to lock in with certain property right now. Yeah. So that's why I say on one hand, you're hearing about how bad stuff is, but for people that's in position, investors, people that have, this their time to capitalize. Or people that have been saving and saving and saving their whole life, this is their time to capitalize now. Everything is actually cheap right now, y'all. These are the things we spoke about. So, America's next property boom. The beautiful waterfront town. So my whole point is, now you see how we spoke about people selling their property, not getting their money worth. And we was talking about how miserable Lizzo shit look. Because I was telling you, they all idiots, bro. They idiots. They don't know no better. They don't even know how to scout real estate. And a lot of time they be told what to get. You know how you know they slow, y'all? if she had this for 16 million, 15 million, and you can get beach property right now, you know how many properties? She can have 10 beach properties scattered around the country for that price. So I'm just showing you, it is what it is. So back to Ice Spice. Y'all have proof she cannot fight. So I think a lot of these rappers that have been talking, they're going to get tested. Because I remember she was beefing with, when she fell out with Nicki, she was beefing with somebody. I just know she was beefing with somebody. Just know, y'all, she got treated like a little girl. She didn't have that energy. And the only sad part is she started it. She disrespected the young lady. I don't know what for. She tried to treat her as if that woman was a servant. The next thing you know, they just start beefing. And that I don't know who that other lady is, a manager, I don't know. But she ain't try to break it up. So also, we know some people know ponytail mean fight. So as you see Ice Spice sitting here, he wasn't ready. Because she wasn't getting the sign of that ponytail, and that woman was standing up, meaning it wasn't smart for her to talk shit before that. You know, it wasn't smart. She should have stood up. So long story short, man, when that woman started wailing on her, I'm like, yo, she brought it on herself, because she didn't think that girl was going to base on her like that. She thought she was going to fan her off, like, get out of here. Like, basically, why you over here with us? Why you sitting down? So y'all can watch it yourself. Long story short, the way she had her jacked up in that damn corner, you see that head hitting that wall. It was nothing she was going to do. Because that girl is tall. And she lucky she didn't start wailing on her ass. So you see, I don't know how Ice Spice did it. But somehow she jumped on that damn table. And I don't even know. She did some Matrix shit. She did some Matrix shit, y'all. I don't even know how she did it. Like, you see her jacked up on the corner. And you see her jacked up. You see fries on the table with ketchup. But I don't know how the hell she ended up on that table. But that was all she could do, because she ain't want no smoke. She didn't want to go straight. She went up. You see it, y'all? So Ice Spice was repping the Bronx, y'all. But you'll see when it came time to repping the Bronx in Los Angeles, she ain't had them hands. So I told you they be using New York for clout. Because a real chick from the Bronx would have been standing up right there. If she would have jumped on no damn table, she'd have come out swinging. Now, she didn't want to go straight, y'all. She went up. She went up, man. So there you have it, man. What the hell is going on? What is going on? And you see that girl wanted to beat her ass. So that table did save her. Only thing saved her was that, you see that guy walking up? He grabbed her. She jumped on the table. Mind you, that lady sitting down didn't do nothing. She ain't trying to break it up or nothing. Also, I saw Ice Spice struggling with that BBL. Yes, I think once women get a BBL, they automatically can't fight no more. Yeah, that's what I think. That's how I was looking. It looked like her ass giving her a hard time and shit when she jumped off the table. She ran across the tables, y'all. She didn't want no smoke. Do you know what she did? She tried to jump into everybody's arms like, you know, look, y'all know how people do. Y'all know how it goes, all right? Let's slow it up. You know how when the person want to act like they was trying to fight after the fact, they want to jump into people's arms, breaking it up, saying, let me go, let me go. Ice Spice was doing that. It, like the girl already left out the store, then she want to run to the door, acting like they holding her back. Meanwhile, she had no smoke right there. Are you the type to do that? You don't really want to fight, you get beat up, and then you wait for the right time to jump into the security arms and say, let me go, get off me. Meanwhile, you at the club and you know damn well what you're doing. You don't want to fight. You jumping into the security arms on purpose. You know who waiting for you outside that door. That's what Ice Spice did. She knew that girl was waiting outside that McDonald's door, y'all. And she act like she want to go outside, but she didn't want to go outside for real. That's what made the shit funny. Because I saw her jump into somebody's arms. I was like, man, she ain't trying to go outside. Because she scaled the tables the whole time. She did not want to touch that ground. So I get it. I still don't know how she did it, but you would have to slow it down like a football play, John Madden. You would have to slow it down like a video game in order to get the proper footage of how she made it out that corner and jumped on the table. I don't know how the fuck she did it, but you will see that grown woman had another grown woman jacked up in the corner like a kid in the 7th grade. She got Ice Spice. Yo, the reason why it's blurry, because that's how fast Ice Spice was moving. She was doing the Matrix. She was trying to get up out of there. So you see the camera, it catches it like that. You're watching the camera catch the Matrix effect of Ice Spice being jacked up. She's being jacked up, and she's trying to manipulate with movement so fast on how she hopped on the table, but I still don't know how she did it. I don't know how she did it, y'all. I don't fucking know. All I know is she was getting whipped on, and she jumped on that shit so fast. That's all I know, man. I'm gonna have to watch that shit again after this, no joke. Because like I say, you see after the fact, this is my proof. This is my proof right here. She didn't want no smoke, y'all. She didn't want no smoke. You see it right there. She did not want it. I don't blame her, though. But see, the thing is, she tried to play that girl like she was straight dirt. She did. She not only was looking at her, she was fanning her off like, get out of here. You'll see her right there fanning her off. You see it? She was fanning her off. Like, you need to get up out of here. So this picture right here is when she had just got up. After she basically told her, like, what you doing here? She's like, get out of here. That's what brought it on her, y'all. She should have never did that. But just know, man, the way that girl was putting hands on her, she smacked her like a child. Smacked her head against the wall. She was moving like a bumblebee, man. Other than that, you see on that damn table. This right here means Ice Spice didn't want no smoke. No, she don't want no smoke. So, ladies, I don't know how y'all fight. If a woman jump on the table, does that mean she ready to whip your ass, or does it mean she ain't trying to get hit in the face? Or does it mean she's going to kick you? I don't know, but she jumped on that damn table. No, she got her ass whipped so fast she jumped on that table, y'all. That's what happened. You'll see the fries didn't move. So I don't know what the hell happened, man. But that dude, you'll see that dude was breaking it up for real. So he ran in there to break that shit up. Like, if he ain't break it up, I think that girl was going to go psycho. And don't forget, P&B Rock got smoked in that Los Angeles chicken and waffles. So I think Ice Spice was scared. She didn't want to get smoked in that McDonald's. Yeah. Y'all have it, man. So y'all watch yourself out here. Meanwhile, y'all, I don't got to be long today. I just want to show y'all Ice Spice can't fight. She got handled like a youngster. You see the BBL through her jogging pants, right? So I think she just had too much going on. What else she didn't know in real life, y'all? In real life, you know this girl could have ragged her with that hood on? In real life, that woman could have ragged her ass. People that know about fighting know all that girl had to do was grab her by that hoodie right there and been ragging her ass, dragged her out of the whole shit. So that's why I say it's a lot of ways I knew Ice Spice couldn't fight. She could have ragged her with that hoodie the whole time. So if she got on a hoodie, big ass jogging suit with a BBL, you see that girl got on shorts, ponytail, ready to scrap. So yeah, I know what time it is. She ain't want no smoke with that girl. That girl would have ragged her. So yeah, only thing I didn't like, Ice Spice, you was talking that Bronx talk, but you didn't come with that Bronx energy because we know how to go down the Bronx. That was a fight off the rip. If Ice Spice really from the Bronx, her and that LA chick would have been scrapping all the way from that table to the fucking door. They'd have been scrapping the whole time. Throwing shit. And they'd have been going crazy there. That's why I really would have been. But see, we know what's up. Ice Spice ain't want no shit. She ain't want no smoke. And that lady sitting there watching it, you got your proof. So who need friends, y'all? All right, ladies, I'm going to ask you this. What would you do if your friend watched you get jacked up like that? Would you still be her friend? Would you blame her even though you started it? Because there's some of the things that happen to ladies. Y'all go out to clubs. One of your friends have a big mouth. She might get beat up, and then she get mad at y'all because y'all didn't help. So, ladies, are you the friend right here that'll sit and watch your homegirl get jacked up? Would you watch your homegirl get her head smacked on the VIP wall at the club? Well, there you have it. That's what she did. Would you cut off after that? All right. Who needs friends with shit like that going on, all right? Who needs friends with shit like that? But it's like this, too. If your friend ain't with drama, man, that's what she's going to do. She might freeze up. So don't blame your friend if you get jacked up. Your friend might have just been so scared she froze up, man. And she didn't want to get beat up neither. So anyway, Y'all enjoy y'all day. We're going to get out of here, y'all. It ain't too much going on with this situation. Other than that, we're going to get out of here for real. Snoop Dogg put out a biopic. Everybody's going to be mad. But just know, Snoop Dogg been through a lot. You'll see Snoop was praying to Jesus right here. And you'll see that Snoop, after this, he ain't want to be, look, this is why Snoop was like, man, I ain't with that East Coast, West Coast beef. So they didn't want to forgive Snoop, y'all. The reason why Snoop said, I got love for the East Coast, because Snoop didn't want to go to jail, y'all. He wasn't trying to go through that shit again. You got to look at it in real life, bro. You just beat a murder case. Here go these fools trying to get you in some more beef. That's what they did. You know, back then, LA was super hard-headed, man. But Snoop was smart, y'all. He was smart. He like, fool, cuz I just beat a murder case. Now they got me in this East Coast, West Coast shit. Man, I ain't with this shit. That's all that happened, bro. You wasn't in court with Snoop. You see Snoop right there? Do you now see why Snoop said he don't want to deal with that shit? Do you look, man, can you forgive Snoop after this picture? When you hear all these stories about Snoop didn't do nothing and Snoop didn't want to go against Biggie. He didn't want to get in no trouble. He just got out of trouble. And you got it, y'all. All right, so just know Snoop gonna tell his own story, and he gonna do it just like NWA straight out of Compton. So anybody Snoop don't like, he gonna have them getting beat up in the movie. It is also said that when Snoop Dogg heard about what happened to Gucci Mane, because it was said that Gucci Mane, he got done just like Suge did Easy in the studio. If you want to laugh, all you got to do is see that clip for that stupid ass movie. Straight out of Compton, when they show that scene of Suge Knight beating up Easy in the studio, that shit funny as hell. But they say that's exactly what happened to Gucci Mane, all right? So it is said when Snoop got inspired by that, he was like, nah, cuz I'm putting out my own shit, and that's what's going to happen. And I think in his shit, he going to put niggas pulling out guns on Suge and them. Some shit like that. So Snoop Dogg going to tell his own story. I don't know how Reggie Wright I'm going to feel about it. I don't know, but Snoop is going to tell his own story. It's going to be in movie theaters. He's not going to put it on Netflix first. Snoop is not going to give you a whole lot of interviews. He's not putting out a documentary. He's going to put out a real movie so families can go to the theater. A lot of y'all don't get movie theaters are back open. He's putting out his movie so everybody from seniors to teenagers can go see it. Snoop Dogg movie will be the only hip-hop movie where the whole family can go see it after church or on a weekday. It's the facts. You can go see this with your family. Bro, all you got to do is put on cologne if you smoke weed. But everybody loves Snoop Dogg. And that's just what it is. Because even if you 65, when Snoop Dogg came out, you was 35. So everybody raised on Snoop, from seniors to teenagers. So don't get mad at Snoop because he wasn't with that gangster shit. Just know he's going to tell his story in the end. And he's going to make the bad guy whoever he wants. And I'm going to ask Snoop again. All I ask for you to do, Snoop, is can you please put the scene of when you put the covers over your head on that airplane and you had a fork and a butter knife because you thought Tupac was going to try to get at you. That's all I want to see. Please put that airplane scene on there. Please, man. Please. Because that's all I want to see, me personally. If I see that shit, I want to see what happened after they got mad at Snoop. When he said, man, I ain't got no problem with the East Coast. I want him to put that scene in there when they got mad at him and turned on him. And he was worried about they're going to try to jump him. Other than that, man, Snoop a survivor, y'all. We're going to leave it at that. Just know, you don't have no entertainment left, y'all. There's nothing left but Snoop. Snoop is the only one left, y'all. And y'all didn't get, ever since Snoop Dogg turned to a roster, man, he been changed his ways, fool. You thought he grew out his dreads for no reason. No, he didn't. Snoop been turned to a roster. Y'all didn't want Snoop to change his ways. Y'all kept trying to make him gangster. He been stopped being gangster. So I told the bros, only way you're going to be respected with dreads, you must be a roster. Other than that, you're going to be looked at as a weed-smoking criminal. So I'm going to tell all the bros with dreads, today, this weekend, go buy your roster cap. Or if you don't do that, at least buy your Bob Marley shirts. And I'm going to tell you again, when you go outside, you'll look like a roster, not a criminal. And if the police, anybody mess with you, all you got to do is say, Lord have mercy, and you'll be all right. Other than that, Snoop Dogg tried to inspire the black community to change their ways. They don't want to change, bro. So I ain't going to take nothing from Snoop. He tried to show y'all positive. He even turned into a goddamn Kirk Franklin. He dropped a gospel album. Snoop, all he ever did was try to wake y'all up and get y'all to change like him. He showed y'all, you can change just like me. But y'all didn't want to listen. Y'all kept wanting to be Crip. Y'all kept wanting to be gangsters. But he already showed y'all. He been Snoop lying. The problem is, y'all didn't want to acknowledge this man's changes. But Snoop been a roster, man. So all y'all bros with dreads, man, be like Snoop and be a roster, man. Learn some, get some culture about yourself. Leave the hip-hop culture alone and pick up the roster culture. You already smoke weed and got dreads, man. Other than that, I'm out. One. Holler at y'all later. Because if you guys do not get you some roster hats, and you better turn it to a roster, bro, or you're going to be a criminal out here looking like roster pasta. All right. Hey, the word is Dave Chappelle is a you-know-what chaser. It is alleged. There ain't no damn alleged. All right? That woman right there said Dave Chappelle was stalking out her two cross-dresser friends so hard. They damn, man, they got kicked out the club. All right? She said he was losing his mind over her two friends. Get it? Yeah. Dave Chappelle like Nathan's and Hebrew Nationals.